Well, g'day again folks. This is the fourth of the videos that I'm making, and the rifle we're going to feature today in this particular video is my No4 Mk2. It's only fairly recently that I've picked this particular rifle up, but this is the last of the Lee Enfield 303 series, and we'll have a bit of a closer look. As usual, we'll start by looking at the receiver. Similar sort of usual Lee Enfield look about it. No4 with the aperture rear sight there, which, as I explained in the No5 video, is operated by winding the wheel. See the grid, you can see it well there, the various distances. On the left 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, on the right 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. This one's wound up a bit, but you can see by, see the wheel, see how it's going down. I'm winding it back, and we can just turn our wheel here, and up she goes. And again, you look through the hole there, you line her up with the foresight, which is not real easy to do, but you get the general idea. And as usual, had to have the Vegemite. So we look from the front of the rifle, the foresight protector, bayonet lugs on the barrel, coming down the timber, which is a fairly blonde coloured timber. That's beech, I believe. And wartime and post-war rifles were often stocked in that, which broke a tradition of many hundreds of years that the English had of using walnut for their rifles, for the stocking up of their rifles. Now we'll notice actually too that the receiver, the band here and all, quite dark in colour. After the Second World War, the Brits came up with a finish called sunkerite. I'm not exactly sure what it's made of, and I'm not even sure if that's the proper pronunciation, but it's a pretty tough black finish, although you can see some bits here have been chipped off. But it's dark, it's a nice looking sort of a finish. So there we go. Look down the butt, nothing on the butt. It's not like earlier rifles that had stamps all over the place. Sling underneath, swivel underneath, and forward again. And so when we look at the receiver from the left hand side, we see the safety again here, which is engaged. I'll show you in a sec. We see the receiver wall there. It's a bit hard to see in this light, but I'll see if I can flip her over and, oh yeah, you can just kind of make out the electro penciling. No4 Mk2 F, so that's a No4 Mk2, which is the second, which is different from the Mark 1 in that the main difference is the trigger is actually mounted to the receiver itself rather than being part of the trigger guard, because apparently the timber would warp and shrink and that might affect the accuracy. So they figured if they hung the trigger off the actual receiver itself, that'd be better for accuracy. And there's a bolt that goes through there, or a screw or some sort of thing dealy that holds it all together. So yeah, back to the serial details. Bit hard. Joe had a good, there we go. 453, September 1953. PF27 XXXX, I suppose you'd say. 27,000 serial number. This particular one, I looked it up in the records, and that just went to British stores. It didn't go overseas. Didn't become. Apparently in the 50s they had foreign contract rifles, which, you know, some country at Sudan or Ireland or, you know, various other countries have come up with, you know, order rifles which were contracts. So there we go. That's the No4. Now we have the bayonet. Doesn't have a handle like earlier bayonets, like before the No4 series. They actually went to a spike. I don't have one here with me which had this sort of attachment. It was just like a metal bar, because I thought, hey, it does the job just as well. But they weren't using these in the whole knife utility sort of sense. This is a Mark 9 bayonet which goes with the later No4s. And I'll show you how it's mounted. Come on, focus. Yeah baby, you can do it. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Here, back here. We slide her onto the barrel, and I might just change hands. It's a lot easier to do this with two hands. Hang on, how do we get this? How do we get this? I'll get it in a sec. I'll try this hand again. Hang on, where are you? Here we go, yay! Slides on like so. With a bit of a... Let's do this another way. Try this one more time. We slide her back, which is very difficult one-handed. I'll try this way. Hang on, I'm going to get this. Slide it back, click it into place. Yay! That's the bayonet attached. So there we go. So what I'll do is I'll just go back a bit, have a bit of a closer look. It's No4 Mk2 with the bayonet attached. So there we go folks, this is a bit of a shorter video than the other ones, but it gives you a bit of an idea. This is as close to an unfired Lee Enfield as I'm ever going to find. Hasn't had too many rounds put through it at all, but I'm extremely happy with this particular puppy. Came to me from the same source, interestingly enough, as the number 5. There's a couple of other rifles of mine. So I'm very happy with it, and there's the Vegemite. Yay for Vegemite! Eat as much Vegemite as you can, because it makes you happy and helps you find lots of Enfields. So there's a little note for you there, Ed. Alright folks, thanks for watching. Again, if you've got any requests, if you've got any ideas, please leave a comment and I'll see what I can do. Cheers.